You wanna know something funny? I am re-recording this entire thing because on my last recording, I said at the end, Beyond the Dawn is never happening. It was trademarked a year ago. Things are trademarked just for the sake of it, and they get cancelled. And then I wake up and Beyond the Dawn is announced. So now I'm re-recording the video with that in mind. Why I didn't just change the end part, I don't know. But thanks Bandai Namco, you ruined my video. Or maybe I just willed it into existence. Who knows? Also, I'll be spoiling the entirety of Arise, so keep that in mind. But I please come back here. If you care about spoilers, please come back here after you finish the game. I need the views. Never mind, let's just get onto the game. The premise of Arise is simple, but mildly confusing at first. There's 3 planets, Dana, Rena, and then Renegis, which is like an artificial man-made planet. So the inhabitants of Rena invaded Dana and enslaved them 300 years ago. And there's 5 different realms in Dana, and each one has a different Renan lord. And they collect astral energy from the Danans, and whoever has the most becomes the ruler of Rena, the sovereign, they call it. Simple, basic. I wouldn't call it an instant hook, but really what it is. So you play as Alfin, he's a Danan slave. He meets a Renan woman who's cursed and can't touch anyone or be touched at all. Sounds like an introvert's dream, but clearly she's not happy with it. So the two of you go off and want to murder every single lord. You know, because you're the good guys. So, I just hit my mic. As Alfin just wants to kill all the lords, hoping to free the Danans, and Sion thinks that correcting the Master Core, which is this thing that every lord has, and combining them all together will free her of her curse. So, that is the basic plot. Kill all the lords, free Sion, free Dana. I also kind of forgot to mention that Alfin has a mask that he can't take off, and he can't feel pain, and he can't remember anything, and he doesn't even remember his name at first. It's only after killing the first lord, which before he dies he hits the mask and such a bit of it that he remembers his name is Alfin. Before when he's just called Iron Mask. There's also that too. Find out the mystery of his mask. So after you kill the first lord, one of the first other party members you meet is some girl called Rinwell, and she's a Danan maid. Now something I didn't mention, I keep forgetting to mention other things, is that one of the things that differentiates Danans and Renans is that Renans have magic and Danans don't. But Rinwell is a Danan who can use magic. That will be very important later. Very important. So, practically, from what she says and we hear from the game before the thing I want to talk about happens, is that the reason there's not many Danan mages is because they were discriminated against from Danans before the invasion, and after the invasion they were all killed off because they, well, had a better chance in the fight practically. Okay, that's fine. There are Danans who can use magic. Not far-fetched at all. Doesn't ruin things. Yet. So it's fine. You go kill the second lord. It's fine. When you go to the third realm, and the lord there is called Dorim, and he doesn't treat them as slaves. He doesn't treat any Danans like slaves, and he even joins your party. But the reason he doesn't treat them like slaves is not because he has good morals. It's because he has PTSD, and he doesn't want to hear people cry. Okay, again, doesn't ruin much. Sorry, there has to be some lord out there who is even nice or has problems. But you'd think that because of he's a Renan lord, and you still Sion, who's a normal Renan, that they would be able to know everything about Rena. They don't. But again, that's not a problem yet. So you go on your journey, and before you reach the next world, you'll meet this random edgy idiot, and he almost kills everyone. But when a light comes out of Alphen and he runs off, he is very important later, and you can probably tell I don't like him. But his importance isn't really told to us yet, so it's fine. Like, the problems I have with him don't start here, so it's fine. But again, things start out fine, but they evolve into something that is not fine. One problem I do have with him though is he randomly attacks you. That's not cool. He has no chill. And according to the Elden Ring players, that is autism. If you know, you know. Again, things continue on fine. You go on to kill the other two lords. But after the second to last lord, the edgy swordsman shows up again, and he calls Alphen the Sovereign, and he breaks Alphen's mask, and okay, with the mask broken, he remembers everything, and he can feel pain again. What he remembers though is, let me catch my breath for a second. He is 300 years old. He was kidnapped and sent to Rena before the invasion. He became the Sovereign, but the Sovereign isn't the leader of Rena. It is some random person that's just used as part of a ceremony. And there he met Sion's ancestor, which explains how he recognized Sion earlier, with Sion saying, "We don't know each other." You know, they don't even look that similar. That's not the point. So, the two of them had to do some ceremony. He's the Sovereign. Nayori is Sion's ancestor's name, is the maiden, and they had to do some ceremony. But Nayori sees that something's bad is going to happen. So then she stops focusing, which makes Alphen go mad, and he almost destroys all of Renegus. And then she promised to send him home. So then she puts him in a sip, sends him back to Dana. But she also puts a mask on him, which I think is like to help his psyche, because he almost destroyed an entire planet and almost killed off the entirety of the Renan race. Renan race, I say, because again, that nosedives as well later on. Like, the only major hint to something like this is Alphen thinking he knows Sion, and Sion saying they don't know each other. But who in the right mind would piece that together as, ah yes, this person thinks he knows someone he doesn't. Clearly he is 300 years old, he almost destroyed an entire race, almost planted, he's a Sovereign, the Sovereign's not what we really think it is, and he went to Rena before the invasion, and he's 300 years old, and he was put on a sip, and then he went into sleep. I was going to say stasis, but that's Transformer terminology, is it? Do you say stasis with humans? Is that a thing? I'm getting sidetracked. Sorry. But that is the start of every single problem in this game. And again, and this is the thing, I did re-record this video for the sake of the knowledge that we are going to get a story DLC. And maybe I should have waited for that. I probably should have. But I think it'd be better if I review it as its own right, instead of making a mess of a video reviewing the DLC and making this. So I think this is the right choice. These things here can't be resolved, because unless you retcon them, which will make things worse, the damage is done. We can't go back on that. And I have a few problems I'll get to later. And by later, I mean in like a few seconds. Again, they're integrated. They are stuck there now. No amount of DLC or more story will change it. I'm still glad we're getting the story DLC. I'll still buy it. I'll still play it. I may review it. If my channel doesn't stay dead, maybe this video will revive my channel, who knows. But these problems will never go away. And I don't want them to try and work around these problems. Now I just have to run with it. That's the only option. Anyway, I am sidetracked. I was sidetracked. Back to the rant. So that is a lot of information to tell us at once, with very little build up, and I was just confused. Like, I didn't really feel much. I'm just like, sure, I guess. The first thing I was thinking of really was, if this is the case, does this mean he's not gonna go and be with Sion? That's the first thing I was thinking of, like, oh no, they're gonna make some excuse about him being with Naori. And this has other implications. Like, is there two sovereigns? And the characters think that for the moment. And that's what I'm led to believe as well, until later. So it's all fine. But when we go to the final realm, Garou Haros, and the Lord, it's the swordsman. Well, why? I don't want to see that yet again. And his name is Volron. Why is he the Lord? If you fight him, you take his master call, and you finally have all the Lords defeated, besides Dorin, but he doesn't count, really. And now you can finally free Sion of her thorns. No, you don't. Some random floating alien woman steals the master calls, takes another master call that everyone is like shocked. You know, is this like a dark master call? What? They're all so confused. Not as confused as I was. And then runs off. And then you have a second opening. So, is this the game's way of saying this is like meant to be a kind of separate, like, second part? I don't know. It doesn't really change the fact that from now on the game nosedives even more. So, something falls from the sky. Some beam wedge thing that's to beam a light back up to Renegis. Once you deal with that, the characters then say, we're going to Renegis. We go to Renegis. That's I think when he says exactly. Go to Renegis. And going to Renegis should be a big moment. Rena and Renegis are above you at all times. You just look, you put the camera up a bit, and you can see them ominously looming over you. Where the place where all these evil Renans are from. But you go and find Alpha's starship, because they have the brainwave that Alpha must come down here somehow, and use the same way to get back up. I mean, good logic, but considering that starship's running across years old, I'm surprised it works. But before we set off, the characters camp, and as they camp, Sion tells us that our Thorn's gonna kill everything and everyone, and she wants to kill herself to stop that from happening. Okay, now we have her life at stake, even though I don't think anyone actually thought she was gonna die. But still, false urgency is still urgency, and the world may die, and we definitely know that's not gonna happen. But still, it gives us some urgency, fake or not. But I'm still processing the whole Master Call robbery. Like, I thought it was going to free Sion, now maybe close to the end of the game. Like, no, it's not. I'm still processing all of that. So, this game, stop hitting me with things. I can't take it all at once. And that continues. The game hits you more and more. It tries so hard that it becomes what every single person thinks a JRPG is. But people who never played JRPG. My voice is dying on me. It is what everyone who has not played JRPG thinks a JRPG is. Twists and turns for the sake of twists and turns, and reveals for the sake of reveals. Which is not entirely wrong, I'm not going to argue that. But really, they tried so hard to try and make these moments feel impactful, but they made it worse because I just feel like it's lazy and cheap writing at this point. So now they go to Renegus, and how would this cool artificial moon look? It looks drab, boring, plain, strangely sterile, which I think is the point, but you kind of don't want your home artificial moon of the what we think is the bad guys. Trust me, I'll get onto that, to look like that, reason or not. Like, Dana looks nice, the game has nice graphics, and if some part of it, and although it's not, although it's a video game, this game does have nice areas for what you do see on Dana, but this just doesn't feel anything. It made me feel like, oh, is this it? Is this what it looks like? And now from here on, Doreen just keeps going about how, now I think about it, no one's ever been to Verena. Now I think about it, no one's ever seen the Sovereign. Now I think about it, all these, isn't it weird how these little things no one ever questioned? Now I think, shut up, Doreen. Shut up. Please. I get it. All of you people are stupid. All of your people are brainwashed. All of your people have no idea about anything. Okay, we get it. You don't need to say it so many times. It just makes it look unrealistic and make everything seem stupid. Especially when you find out why everything is like this. Because, okay, you think, okay, maybe some super genius mastermind behind this. No. No. The ruin of the game is the astral energy of Rena. Like, the energy of Rena. So practically, it's some faceless, formless, voiceless, personalityless thing that we don't care about. Right? And they want to destroy everything. That's it. And it's not really alive. It's like a plant or bacteria from the way I interpret it. So it's just, I want to kill. Why? Because I want to kill. Like, it has no proper mind. It just works off instinct and survival. Which is bad for a villain. You want depth and character. And that has none of that. It's not threatening. It has nothing to it. And that's the villain now. Because we have the world defeated. And there's not a single company or government mastermind, no. All of this is also like Verena. And by everything, I mean everything. Because now, we leave Renegus. We get to this space station. And there's this guy in the space station who says that his species was taken over by the energy of Rena. And then they were tasked with all of this. They kidnapped Danins, specifically Danin mages, and made them Renins. So now the entire thing we know goes flipping its head for no reason. Renins don't exist. The only reason Renins use magic is because they took the special Danins. Which also explains why there's not many Danin mages. But still, that's dumb. You don't just say there's these two species and these two planets. No. But they're actually the same. Just one's modified to have their rights. Their eyes grow when they use magic. Like, that is... There's no tension really to it, and the party get over it rather quickly. And they're just like, well, we can't tell anyone this, otherwise the discrimination is going to get worse. And then that's kind of it. So you're somehow telling me, game, that Renner just took over the species and controlled them, and somehow it gave it good enough information to make them come up with this entire plan. Even though it has like no brain or mind, it managed to know that it could take over the species and use them to come up with this entire plan to forge renegades, to kidnap the Danans, to invade Dana, to create this fake sovereign thing. Oh yeah, did I mention the sovereign isn't real? And Volron's still alive. So there's no such thing as the reader of Renner, it's just the energy. And why is Volron still alive? Did I mention the edgy swordsman idiot who's the warder of house, his name was Volron? I don't think I mentioned that. Well, his name's Volron. Doesn't matter, I'll call him edgy swordsman idiot for the rest of the video. And he was also the sovereign after Alfin. So practically everyone here is just a victim of Renner. Literally everyone. Besides Renner itself. There's not a single thing you can name that's not a victim of Renner. And then the parties does the same thing again. Like, we're going to Renner. Like, you already went to Renegades. Now you're going to Renner. This is too much. And at least Renner looks somewhat menacing. Like, it looks fine from everywhere. But when you actually go to it, you see it's actually half a planet. Now that's stupid. But I can go with that. That's kind of cool. It looks cool. And the planet's dead because of Renner concentrates all its astral energy at the center. So the rest of the planet died off. And the final boss is Volron. He's just a victim. Why is he the final boss? It's maybe because Renner can't be killed, really? You can't fight Renner. You can't just punch in the planet's energy. So he's the final boss. And once you defeat him, he just runs off. He doesn't even fake his death. No. He's just alive. And he runs off. He better be in the sequel. Because, well, sequel I say, it's sequel DLC, but he better be in there. Because I'm not content with having him just run off. And I'm not care to change the heart or anything, no. He runs off with his generic, I'll be back kind of like dialogue. Like, oh, it's like it's not over, you're having one I don't even know anymore. I'll probably put a clip on if I can.
And in the darkness at the end, I'll be waiting for you!
And then Sion says for Alfin to kill her because to save everyone from the Thorns. Because their plan didn't work. Because of course, what plan actually works? And then Alfin says, no. He calls through a portal to Dana and says, Dana, yo, help, please bro. And that's it, Sion's cured, the world's saved. Then there's now a nice, beautiful whole planet. That's the end of the game! Why? We don't know anything. We're not telling anything. What happens to Volron? What happens to Renner? Do the Danans and Rennans get it wrong? Do they tell him all the truth? Rennan's astral energy can still come back, right? Like, it's not gone. It's just spread out across the whole planet now, so it can't really have a mind of its own according to them. But everything is not explained. We got a nice ending song, though. And we get a tiny bit of what happens after the game. But it's literally as basic as Party is still doing party things. Kasara's fisting. We know she likes to fist. Roar's beating up monsters. Roar likes punching things. Munro's reading. Yeah. Thanks, Sherlock. Alfin and Sion are married. Okay, that's nice. That is nice to know that they got married. As much as I'd like that to actually be a proper cutscene in game and not just an image in the credits. Not even post-credit scene, it's literally just an image in the credits. That's still nice to know, but that doesn't solve any of the problems. You must have a lot of things permanently. Bandai Namco. I don't know why I'm starting to talk to them directly now. But Bandai Namco, they're moving a lot of things permanently here. And there's a few things they can resolve though. What happened to Renner? What happened to Volron? Will Ren and That's My Energy ever have a chance of coming back? And are the Ren and the Danins because they're wrong? Should they tell them the truth? Like, I just want to know these basic things. It's basic, just tell me. The game's still a good game, bro. Don't get me wrong, I played it twice, I got all the DLC, I got all the achievements. I technically didn't play it twice, I technically played it 1.9 times because I got to the end of my first playthrough and didn't kill the final boss and I started all over again. Don't ask why, I did all the side quests. I don't have much else to say. Thanks for watching. My next video will probably be on Transformers because I know that the few people that actually watch my videos that aren't my family, I'm pretty sure they're all just the Transformer fans, and I think I'll be more comfortable with my Transformers anyway because I've grown up with Transformers, and as good as a game Arise is, Arise didn't come out soon enough for me to grow up with it. If you know what I mean. So hey, maybe I'll be reviewing all the Transformer movies or Transformers Prime. Probably reviewing all the 7 Transformer movies. Well, some of my channel's kind of dead. So if we can make that undead, not undead as zombie, like undead as Riven, that would be nice.